Good day, lords and ladies of the internet. I am your host today, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I welcome you back to Limbus Company. Face the sin, save the ego. Today we are going to be moving on to chapter 1, and it's off to a very interesting start. I mean, what can you expect from a bunch of, well, lunatics, and how well behaved you actually expect them to be? Needless to say, it's going to be quite the endurance for us. But we'll start things off with a little bit of gacha rolling. I literally know nothing of Limbus, but I am excited. Limbus has been amazing so far from what I've experienced, but the game kind of crashed last night before we could continue onwards with things. So let us just have a quick reminder of what we did yesterday. We completed the prologue, showing us everything that is happening within the game, got our rewards for it. We went into the extract. Come on. We went into the extract system, did our extraction up right here, and managed to get ourselves one of the, you know, the 3-star and... where's the ego? And an ego immediately. And to put that in perspective of the probabilities, well, 1.3% and a 2.9% chance. Both on the same 10 draw. So pretty damn good for me. So we shall immediately just go ahead and go with our next 10 roll. Start the stream by going straight into our 10 roll right here. Of the, you know, beginner's immediate extraction. Okay, we good? Let's go. You have a higher chance for Grigor in his specific extraction. Yes! Can we also appreciate this animation? I love this animation of everything happening right here. Especially as you can just kind of wiggle your mouse over it and have it, like, quiver. Ooh, is it gonna break? Is it gonna break? Is it gonna break? Oh! 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 And... let's see. You there are a 3-star, so we'll leave you to last. First, we got ourselves a regular guy. And a regular. And a regular. And a regular. And a regular. And then the boring regular. So now we get onto the special stuff. Let's see what's going to come from here. Whoa, this is not what I expected from this game. Yeah, we can appreciate the art style. If PM does anything, it's art style. And the art style of even the extraction for the gacha rolling is amazing. Why not do the last new manager extraction? That's what we've done. Looks like I'm just gonna have to watch people play this game, for now at least. Alright. This is gonna be a 2-star. Let's see what 2-star we get.
자, 정의가 찾아왔어. 악인들을 평등한 죽음으로 이끌이라.
A very unhappy looking Don. A very unhappy looking Don. Sure, what she said. What about this one? What's this? Another very unhappy looking Don.
흐름을 따라 이곳에 왔으니.
Ooh.
이를 막는 건
Blade lineage cutthroat Otis. But now, the gold one right here. The fun one. What are you going to be, good chap?
거슬리는 게 있다면.
If it gets in my way, not even the shadows are safe for my blade. Kirukumo Wakashu Roshu. Ooh. Very nice. Very cool. And we got ourselves a bunch of ego shards for Don as well, which will be cool. I vote Grigor. Everyone seems to be voting Grigor. Okay. Let's have ourselves an extract ticket on lovely Grigor. Come on, ego. Come on, ego. Ego. Come on. Ego. Terry, what are you doing down on the floor? Someone demanded you be pet, and I couldn't find you then for a second. What are you doing on the floor? I need to turn down my light. I'm a little bright. Well, either way, Terry, it's time for us to extract. You are our lucky charm. Please, show us the mighty power of the ego of Terry. Come on! I think I actually got it. I'm pretty sure that's an ego. That looks like an ego right there. Terry is attempting to escape. You forgot to feed him. First, we do it in order of rarity, so we get all the tiny little ones, which just do not matter. Then, we take this. Get one we already have. Wow, impressive. Then we grab this.
아, 당신이야? 나한테 명령 내린다던 사람이?
LCCB Assistant Manager Rodion. I don't know who the LCCB are. Did he just gain 5 Grigors in a row? Yes, because I'm getting this is the Grigor extraction. That's actually not that rare because it's got like a massive increase on Grigor chance. All right then, show me this fancy one right here. Come on, give me the ego. I will pray for you so that you will surely
반드시 부서진다.
I got an ego. It's not Grigor's, which makes this so stupid, but I got an ego. Wow. Wow. Can I look up the percentage chance of that quickly, please? Just, what is the probability of me not getting Grigor's ego? 0.13%. So not only did I get an ego, I didn't get the correct ego. You know what? In that case, I might as well just extract for Grigor again, considering we didn't even get anything Grigor. Considering we didn't get a 3-star Grigor, we didn't get a 2-star Grigor, and we didn't get an ego Grigor. It's the content creator effect. If you got an audience, your luck either goes all the way up or all the way down. Yeah, I'm noticing that. I'm noticing that. You're noticing that too, aren't you, Terry? Alright, Grigor. We want to see you in either bug form, or, you know, Lou form, or, you know, whatchamacallit, your ego. Let's go again. Come on, Mephistopheles. All hail Mephistopheles, great divider of our fate. Show us what we get. Can you at least be Grigor? Can you at least be Grigor?
빨리 줘, 양반.
Thank you.
불꽃놀이 좋아하나?
Lose section 6 Grigor. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. Oh, that's a nice shortcut. I can just click the one in the middle to whatchamacallit, just get all of it. Yeah, let's do another 10 extract, the final one. Then we can get on with playing the game. So, come on now. Show me what I get. Come on, Mephistopheles. I believe! Grant me great power! Oh, well.
명령하시는 건 다
Well, we got a
있어.
new one. We got a new one.
까지 바라면
Kiru Kumo Washiku Hyungyu. There we go. Alright. Alright, we've had our extractions. We've had our extractions. We got another we got ourselves another ego. We can go to to him and equip said ego. I love these the way these egos work, in the fact we can equip one of each level. so to say. So I can't, so to speak. So I can't wait to see what the Alephs are going to be like. That is going to be fun, I feel. Funny how people gladly pay $60 for a game, but when a game is free, $1 of microtransactions is way too much. You know, that's actually tend to be how I feel. It's why I'm not against, like, you know, at least paying for the Limbus pass. But I suppose that was one thing I wanted to ask people. Do you guys want me playing completely, what I'm gonna call it, free to play? Well, either way, let's move on and see what's going on. Chapter 1-1. Vroom vroom. The ride is awkward and intimidating, even though I've been handed the title of manager. I have no idea what to do at the time like this. I've decided to ask the sinner with a bug's arm where we're currently headed.
베르,
Verg,
앞에 장애물이 있어.
blockage ahead. Permission to vroom vroom. Permission to vroom vroom. Permission granted. Vroom vroom away. The chatter was what finally got me to open my eyes. After all, nothing beats blocking out your sight when you want to keep boredom at bay. Not that there was much else to do on a bus whose destination was unknown to me. My lack of a head and memory certainly don't help either.
그래.
Alright, let's proceed.
덜컹덜컹.
Okay, here come bumpety bumps.
비싼 세정제야. 베르가 큰맘 먹었다고 그랬어.
Expensive washer fluid. Verge said he paid a fortune. You're just wiping the blood of corpses off the screen of the bus. How brutal is this? It's brilliant. The clump stuck to the window gently dissolved, letting light through. Many different sets of eyes on the bus are lethargically facing forward. It felt like a pretty gruesome scene, but based on the others' reactions, maybe this kind of violence is common in the city. Hey. It felt rather awkward to close my eyes again now that I was wide awake. That's when the That's when the bearded man grabbed my attention. Actually, I've just realized why they've made it so that you are a person that has completely lost their memories and all that. It's so that you don't have to know a fuck all about the world and the city as a whole. Because it means you can go in blind and still enjoy the game, because it helps explain the game from a point of view where you don't know anything, which a lot of people might be. It's actually a really nice way to do it. But I mean glasses. Know where we are going right now. A feature far more conspicuous than his beard made me slip.
방금 벌레 양반이라고 부르려고 했지?
You almost called me bug guy, didn't you?
다시 한번 말하자면
Once again,
내 이름은
my
그래
name is
부르겠다.
Gregor.
당신이 시계
The
대가리가
same way you're
아니라
called
단타라고
Dante and not
불리듯이.
Clockface. I couldn't find any excuses, so I just gave back a light nod.
어이, 기사 양반.
Say,
우리 지금
bus
어디로 가는
girlie,
거야?
where are we headed?
다시 한번 말하자면
Once again,
내
my
이름은
name is
카론이야.
Charon. And Charon, you are best girl.
당신이 벌레 양반이 아니라
The same way you're called
그리고라고
Gregor
불리듯이.
and not bug guy. She got you there, Gregor. She really
못
did.
버텼네.
Karma. Karma indeed.
베르가 말했어.
Verk said,
수감자들은
the sinners will go to District 4. What? Ho? Did District 4 fall upon my ears? That place is known to be the home of the Grass Maiden. 'Tis the origin of the heroine's journey, and 'twas the... Bloody hell, you're rattling on and on and on! Can't you just shut up and let the trip go in peace?
나는 아까까지
Why? I remained silent until mere moments ago. I said to shut up!
이봐요.
Sorry, did you happen to realize you're being louder here?
죽어도 살아난다고 해서
Even if you can't die, you sure as hell can suffer, no? So say that again.
옳은 말을 했는데도 돌아오는 게
I say the right thing, and your first response is violence. Shows how refined you are. Ha! I contemplated for a second. Should I step in? Is this the part where I exercise my authority as the manager with dignity and grace? A faint memory urges me to do something. No, no, guys, it is inadvisable to lose your cool. Well, they both just get sliced.
모분초도
Trances.
모가지를 분질러야
To write
좋은
against noisy crying hogs in tails scraggling. My god, how bloody violent are these people?
이유 없는 폭력은 용서받을 수 없다네.
Senseless violence shan't be forgiven. I will bring about justice. She's gonna love this blood just gently dripping with her as she just looks upon with utter eager glee.
이럴 줄 알았어.
Aw, I knew this would happen. It left a spot on my clothes. Look, do you guys really have to fight next to me? I must be mad. We haven't even reached our destination, and they've already killed 3 of our own. That is. Can't take a small break without anticipating trouble, can I? You 4, cleaning duty for the next month.
어째서?
Such unfairness! I merely sought the hand of justice!
잠깐, 내 옷 빨래도 포함시켜줘.
Oh, also, tell them to do my laundry too. Blood doesn't wash off as easily as wine stains. Sheesh, dry cleaning's costly. Nobody bats an eye at the lifeless janitors to be littering the floor. Maybe they're already taking their indefinite revivals for granted. But I don't even know how exactly I'm supposed to bring them back. Dante, I'd like you to turn the clock back. Turn the clock? You're a terrible boss, PFA. Hey! They're terrible employees. That's not on me. That must mean there's a puzzled look where your face should be. I'll keep that in mind. Mr. Faust. Vergalis gives Faust a tired nod and gestures to me. She let out a small sigh, but still came to my seat, probably out of a sense of obligation.
처음 만났던 날에도
It's the same thing you did the first day we met, Dante. Though I suppose that was more of an instinctual reaction.
자,
Now,
다시
let's
해보죠.
try again. Close your eyes. Though I have no eyes to close, blocking out my sight is something I've done. I had no reason not to follow Faust's instruction here.
사실
In
문은
fact,
어디에나
the
있어요.
door is everywhere.
그러나 당신에게만
However,
보이죠.
only you can see it,
왜냐하면
for the stars never
당신의
set
하늘에
in your sky.
가려지지 않았으니까.
At that, I felt a thread of light creep into my sight. As if to open my eyes, I embraced that light. Then, I saw a space. I was alone there. And a massive door stood before me. It wasn't a pleasant sight. Suffocating heat and agonized cries seeped through the gap. Hearing the endless laments and wailing for even a split second makes me feel faint. However, I'm approaching the door, grasping at its handles as if it's what I was born to do. Despite being seemingly heavy, pulling it open was surprisingly easy. I grope about in the door, thousands upon thousands of last wails lay within. And reaching inside, I grab a few unknown hands. I can feel the histories of different sins bearing their brands crawl up my hand onto my arm.
고통을 나눌 준비가
Art thou prepared to share the pain? Could that have been a question, or rather, pressure to comply? I pulled forth the sinner's grasping my hand with all my strength. A terrible pain spreads through my neck and head. It's so crushingly severe it makes me wish I were dead. The indescribable sensation of bone and muscle twisting, entangling with each other, goes on for what feels like an eternity. My legs weren't prepared to endure all this agony. I fell to kneel atop the pool of blood in helplessness. Then, I see it. Trembles in the bloody pools, gradually growing into waves and bubbles, rising from the floor. Soon, that blood soaking the ground coalesced into 3 masses. Then the agony seemed to last forever, vanished, just like that. Huh. Oh, we can rewind time. Cool. So cool. I'm not sure if that's rewinding time as much as it is traveling to hell, finding our people, and then pulling them back out of hell and bringing them back to life. You know, knowing PM, you might actually just be dragging their souls out of hell here. Knowing PM, that might actually be just what is happening. We're not rewinding any time scale. No, we just have the ability to I don't know, what we call it? What's the term? Spiritually project our soul into hell, open the gates, find our friends, pull them out again. Your name, it also is Dante. Yeah, it's just perfect. There's so much symbolism here. We all know PM is very not subtle with how poetic they are with what they name stuff. As the lumps of blood rose into the air and flew away, my sight was cleared of the dreadful redness, returning to the grumbling bus.
목이 베어졌다가 붙어버린
How does it
심정은
feel to have
어떻지?
your head back after it was severed? Was it exciting? Right as Heathcliff is restored to consciousness, he rubs his neck, mutters vulgar words, and approaches Roshu. Hold on! I just brought you back and you're going straight into another fight? Heathcliff turns around to glare at me. His eyes are those of a man devoured by blind fury. Isn't it your job to bring us back? If your job's done, then step aside before I knock your dumb clock off.
잠깐만요.
But please, wait. Dante looks like they're in a lot of pain, so we really should start. Before he could finish, Heathcliff's steel bat caved in the side of Sinclair's head. Four sinners have already died, and we haven't even had and we're on the first chapter. You want to? The incoherent gurgles of a dying person violated my ears. Next time, Clockface, you're crushed. Are we clear?
정말
You really are as coarse as you look. Was dying once not enough for you? Heathcliff tightens his grip on the bat, and Ishmael is ready to swing her weapon as well. Have I seriously become the manager of people who can't be stopped even by death? While I was lost in thought, all tension in the bath suddenly dropped and froze over. Ahem. It seems the team's in serious need of discipline. The sinners on a collision course stopped dead in their tracks. A cold pair of red eyes cast their glare between the two.
첫 번째 규칙.
Rule number 1.
버스 안에서는
Do not
무기 부딪히는
let me
소리가
hear
들리지
weapons clashing
아니한다.
inside the bus.
이 순간 이후로
If any of
이
you
규칙이
break this rule
깨어지면
as of now,
너희는 내게
you're
제발
going to be begging
죽여달라고
for me to let
애원하게
you
될
die.
거야. 난 충분히 그럴 수
I'm
있는
sure you
사람이야.
know I'm capable of
알지?
that and more, right? Sinclair's writhing on the floor was the only sound breaking the silence. Heathcliff glowered but couldn't bring himself to argue back.
단테, 미안하게 됐습니다.
Dante, I'm sorry
시계를 한
about
번만
this.
더
I need you
돌려주시죠.
to rewind one more time. I have to do that again. I'd rather die than to have to bear with that harrowing pain once more. I waggled my head in dejection. The faint hint of a smile on Vergus's face vanishes as his expression shifts.
내가 아직 사과와 부탁을 하고
You'd
있을
better
때
open up
문을
while I'm
여는 게
still
좋을
feeling
텐데.
generous enough to ask
관리자
and
단테.
offer apologies, Manager Dante. Oh,
단지 아픔이
in case you're
두려운 거라면
refusing simply
그래서
because you
고개를
don't want
젓는
more
거라면
pain,
기꺼이
I can gladly
도와드리겠습니다.
help you with that.
그 정도의 고통에는 눈 하나
This degree of
깜빡하게
pain
말이죠.
will feel like
그럼
nothing
견딜
by
수
the
있지
time I'm done.
않겠습니까?
Surely you'll be a tougher person surely you'll be a tougher person afterwards, right?
내가 잘못 들은 건가?
Did I hear
관리자님이
correctly? I'm
분명
pretty
거부
sure our
의사를
manager
들으셨던 것
clearly
같은데.
declined your request.
당신
You,
기어드는
this is
박자가
not the time to
잘못됐군.
step in.
입사할 때
I was
나의
informed when I
상관은
joined the
네가 아니라
company
관리자님이라고
that the
분명히
exclusive
들었다.
manager would be my superior, not you.
관리자께서 고개를
I would
저었다.
say that the manager has made
충분히
themselves clear
전달되었다고
with
보는데.
a shake of the head.
그래
I see.
보호자관께서
So their
나서시겠다는
aide
말인가?
has decided to step in. Is that it?
그렇다면 보호자관께도
Then it's my turn
충분한
to make
의미를
clear what I
전달해
mean.
줘야겠군.
The red hue of his eyes grew deeper, much to my dread. I don't really know what I'm meant to do as the manager, or if I even deserve to take this role. But I felt that I should at least stop things here so we don't get into an even bigger mess. Reviving one should hurt less than reviving 12 at once. Altus, I'll rewind the clock. It's okay. Vergilius has noticed me motioning her to stand down, and withdrew the red glow from his glare, as if in mutual understanding.
잘 생각하셨군.
Good thinking.
관리자께서 그러시겠다면
As you wish, manager. Altus seemed to want to add her input, but she promptly backed down and straightened herself out. The red door greeted me again, along with the twisting sensation. I've given up trying to describe the throes I go through. Words cannot express it in full anyway. Thank you very much. Sinclair stood up with a pained moan and bowed to me before waddling back to his seat. Well. Alright. After being asked a favor I couldn't turn down, I was forced to bear a series of pains worse than the death of rewinding the clock. The bus fell quiet in a less than pleasant way. I kept my mouth shut. Let's hope nothing else happens before we hit District 4. Yeah, alright, let's just go. So, now...
내가 따라가.
달리자, 로시한테!
Oh, I'm only allowed to take 4 with me this time. Interesting.
달리자, 로시한테!
Alright, well, now is when we need to start thinking about how we do stuff. So, first up, let's just take our rabbit, because
자,
I want to
불 끄들
see him.
시간이다.
So, what are we given? We're giving purple and red, and we need pride and... No, you're not pride. You're pride. That's pride, that's gloom, you're gluttony, you're lust, you're wrath, you're envy. Purple is envy, I remember now. Purple is envy. Didn't you have envy? Yes, you had 2 envy. What do you have? Wrath and envy. Then in that case, I think you would be better. So, we go with that. We're giving up our envy there. And we get a lot of wrath to get the sin resonance. But we still need a bunch of lust to make things work better. So, which people need wrath? You need a bit of wrath, but not much. Screw it, I'm just gonna go with this. For passives...
이번엔 어떤 짓을 한 악인들이요?
This is the first fight. It shouldn't be that bad.
저기 질문이 있네.
Pardon me! I have a question! Don Kwiatkowski suddenly raised her hand. Shoot.
첫 번째 규칙은 이해했다네.
Verily, I understood the first rule well. What is the second rule then? Huh. Really? Why are you so eager to learn that? Virgilius gave a cold stare to Ryush. Ryush. I don't know how to say that name. Who had just lit her cigarette. She looked back at him with a particular face.
두 번째 규칙.
Rule number 2.
버스 바닥에
Don't litter the bus floor with
자국
cigarettes.
남으니까.
They leave burn marks. Huh. The bus falls silent again.
잠깐. 버스의 정적이
Now wait
가능한
a
거지.
second. The bus
Engine
shouldn't be
소리는
this
어디 갔나?
quiet. Where's the engine's roar?
결혼
Charon,
속도를 안
why
내는
aren't you
거지?
speeding up?
밥이 없어. 메피가 배고파해.
No food. Mephi is hungry.
잘 됐군.
Good. We could use something to lift the mood. Are we dropping by a gas station? We are such an ordinary bastard. The idea of Virgilius casually plugging a fuel nozzle into the bus like an average driver felt alien.
차가 움직이려면
A
연료가
car needs
필요하지.
fuel to run.
캐론,
Charon,
헤드라이트를
try
깜빡
flashing
돌려봐.
the headlights a
무대
bit.
조명처럼.
Like stage lights.
댄스 타임이야.
It's dance timing.
잠깐.
Wait, if we do that, we're effectively asking to be attacked.
그걸 노린 거군.
That appears to be the intent. Sorry? I could hear someone slam the bus outside.
에이! 가진 거 다 놓고 내려. 30초 준다.
Oi! You leave all your stuff behind, get on! You got 30 seconds! 10! 9!
20에 빠져.
Hey! You skipped 20 of them! Well, say your prayers for the other 20! Why am I surrounded by dullards left and right?
뭐라고 했냐?
What did you say?
비겁하게 습격을 하다니.
How cowardly of them to ambush us! They must be villains without a shadow of a doubt!
다들
Alright, everyone. Alright, everyone off.
그리고 말이야.
And one more thing. We want them near death, not
알지?
dead. Got it? Ah, here we are. Turn 1. My clock isn't a magic cure. All your problems for all your problems. Don't just charge in straight away. Right, okay. So... I can do this to see who they're targeting and whatnot. Okay. Well... You know, I finally saw, because last time I said I couldn't see what it meant. Now I see what it means because it's got dominating up there and whatnot. So I guess the question is, do I want to go, like, this to ensure I'm dominating, or go with that for the triple way? Ah, screw it, go triple way.
깡총! 날 뛰어보라고!
Well, someone just got their face owned.
씹는 맛이 있는데?
By the way, Heathcliff, where are you? I want to know what a bullet is. Haste. Speed... On hit, gain 2 haste next turn. Haste. Increase the speed... Speed increases by what? Speed increases by potency. Poise. On hit, gain... okay. You're early in the game. Just match the funny symbols. Just match the pretty colors. That's how we play the game. We match the pretty colors.
그 누구도 볼 수 없게.
날 뛰어보라고.
처리했어.
씹는 맛이.
Well, they got destroyed.
처리했어.
Well, that's what I get for thinking too hard about trying to tactic my way through the first match.
어둠이 캄캄할수록 빛나는 별이
On the
탄생하지.
darkest night, the brightest star is born. Now is such a moment. Most valued employee, Don, contributed 45% of the damage. Well done, Don. Well done. So, is this XP at the bottom how they level up? Yes, they actually gain experience by properly fighting. Okay. So it looks like there's a bit of an XP deficit for those that don't participate. But overall, it does have shared experience, which is good. Which is cool. Now then, I've almost leveled up. Meaning, if my resource here fills up when I level up, it seems foolish not to do that. Just to ensure I have these and make most use of my Echo Farm. A band of thugs attacked us, trying to take the bus. For some reason, we leave them barely breathing instead of killing them outright, placing them in front of Mephistopheles. It can also go above the max when leveling. Oh! That's good to know. We might as well just go with the same team again, because it worked out quite well.
이번엔 어떤 짓을 한 악인들이요?
An abnormality's parts may have differing resistances and behavior. Okay. Ooh! With a guttural noise, the side of the bus lurches and splits open. A number of human shapes littered the ground before its maw. Some were still conscious, others weren't exactly in one piece. Then the bus began devouring those served to it, in the most literal sense, gluttonously, voraciously. That's the word. Roshu seems to be enjoying what she sees. Roshu watched it with a satisfied expression, seemingly determined to savor every moment. While in the corner of my eye, Sinclair was clearly distressed. They all look like they're out of their minds. Don't you think so, too? His reaction got me curious to know their stories. Just to make sure, none of you were forced to join, right? Though what I was involved in before my head's change is a mystery. I myself was practically forced to join the company, judging from what I know at the moment. And maybe they aren't so different from me, or so I thought when... Sinclair's head drooped in response, like I struck a nerve. That's right. It was by my choice. I'll get used to all this. Right? He muttered as if he were talking to someone other than me.
입사하지 않았어도
'Tis I! 'Tis what I would have done even if the company recruited me not! Look yon horde of evil approaches! She's a psychopath, is Don. Don is an look, every other Roshu may be sadistic, but Don is an actual psychopath. Alright, well either way, let's just start with our triple attack, shall we? Go. Murder.
날 뛰어보라고. 씹는 맛이 있네.
침묵을 안겨드리죠.
Oh, we had 2 survivors. Did someone get hit then? Okay, hold on. Because I want to see these a bit in action.
악인들을 해치우세라.
씹는 맛이 있는데?
처리했어.
Wave 2. Oh, I didn't manage to use the light blue. Shame.
따라와 주세요.
Go.
지금이 기회예요.
Right. And with that, I
악인들의
can then
해치우세요.
do that.
씹는 맛이 있는데?
Ego time!
그 자식은
That bastard has to still be alive. That seems very fitting for Ishmael. Using a bloody whale harpoon. Manager level increased. Ecofan capacity increased by 3. Ecofan has been refilled. Cool. Marvelous. Ah, so yes, it does go over max. Okay, it just means it can't be regenerated. So to make sure it's always regenerating, then you should always make sure you got a little bit used so that it's always, you know, slowly passively increasing. Difficulty level 2. Ooh. Ecofan. We watched Mephistopheles as it consumed the corpses. It's looking more reliable than the sinners. I knew something was up from the moment I saw the bus for the first time. But what exactly is this thing? Faust seems to have something to say.
그게 밥을 먹은 지가 언제더라?
Gee, when was the last time I had a feast? Even a big, blocky machine eats better than we do.
제공되는 식사는
Do mind that all meals are provided with appropriately determined quantities.
그 정도 먹었으면 기운이 안 난단
It's not
말이야.
nearly enough to get me going. I thought I heard Heathcliff shout, "You think I'm doing this on a full stomach," in the distance, but Rhodia seemed to pretend she heard nothing. Speaking of, does this bus run on stuff like blood or protein?
엔케팔린이에요.
It's
로보토미
Ecofani.
추출했던 에너지죠.
Okay, sorry. Let me try and pronounce it how she just did. Encaphanalin. Ecophanalin. It's ecophanalin, an energy source Lobotomy Corporation treated.
이전 엘사 말이군요.
You mean the previous L Corp? I heard it produced energy using its singularity, though all that remains of the company now is rubble.
맞아요.
That's right, which is why it's become a rarity these days.
하지만
However, Mephistopheles is capable of forcibly extracting This is a made-up word. I shouldn't feel bad about not being able to pronounce it properly. However, Mephistopheles is capable of forcibly extracting encaphalin from the body. The body? I posed a question, watching Otis give orders to the other sinners, then glancing to get to the more of the bus in turn. Correct. Encaphalin can only be extracted from the brain and the spinal nerves. It can be taken from live subjects for greater efficiency. So that's why Vergilius told the sinners not to kill the assailants. Okay, and if why the rest of their body is what you're thinking, there is a point, as their blood and flesh can also be processed into fuel. While encaphalin is used to generate ignition and thrust, the remaining organic matter is spent on maintaining speed, thus reducing encaphalin usage. Huh. Wait, this is an actual chemical? It's an actual chemical. As a fellow dyslexic, I feel your pain, Fox. This is an actual chemical. Hold on. No, I need to look this up. Encaphalin are endogenous opioid pentapeptides that are produced mainly in the central nervous system, adrenal medulla, and perpetual tissues. There are two structurally different encaphalin peptides, met-encaphalin and lu-mec... Alright, it's an actual chemical. Wow, okay. Fair enough.
하이브리드요.
A hybrid. Faust went on to explain how most of the vehicle's fuel is taken from the branch facilities and that it won't be a sufficient source on its own. but most of it went in one ear and out the other. Well, that's complicated. I got that it's tough work, at least.
뭘요?
Don't mention it. Faust knows no struggle.
고생한.
If anyone's doing the heavy lifting, it'll be us. Hey, manager bud, more incoming. Okay. Okay. So we are actually now Lobotomy Corporation makes a lot of sense. Now that we know that it's a real chemical and that we are actually fueling our monsters using brain fuel.
씹는 맛이 있는데?
It's definitely interesting how all this auto-targeting works.
따라와 주세요.
Just match the pretty colors. Match the pretty colors.
기회예요.
That's all we need to worry about at the moment. Match the pretty colors.
깡총.
씹는 맛이 있는데?
We're in the early game. Just match the pretty colors. I can go through all the tactical things of understanding how the game works and all that, but for now, all it is match the pretty colors. Difficulty 2. When the bus had just about finished its meal, Vergilius shouted to me that we're expecting a guest. I'm curious to see who will be joining us on this less than pleasant trip. Ooh, I'm allowed 5 people this time. Ooh. Well, can I get someone with more of this gloom and whatchamacallit? Perfect. More gloom and more gluttony. That works perfectly. Come on, Grigor.
어이,
Hey, that's enough of that. We're expecting a guest any time now. Vergilius said, poking his head out the window. A guest? Who?
처음으로 가는 던전이니까.
I've determined that we'll need a guide, as this is our first trip to a dungeon.
저 혹시 림버스 컴퍼니에서
Yuri,
오신 분들
grade 8
맞나요?
fixer. Excuse me, are you people from the Limbus company? Someone approaches us slowly.
맞나 보네요.
Looks like it. The bus had just about finished its meal, crunching on the last remaining bone chips. Yuri watched indifferently before introducing herself.
예전 엘사에서 근무했던
I'm Yuri, a
유리예요.
former employee
잘
of the
부탁합니다.
previous L Corp. I look forward to working with you. Were you in Wonder Lab? Were you in Wonder Lab? By L Corp, do you mean has to be Lobotomy Corporation? That's right. We will explore the former branch facilities of Lobotomy Corporation, also called the old L Corp.
저라면 불러도 절대 안
If
왔을
I
것
were
같은데.
you, I wouldn't have taken part in this.
추락한 날개라니.
Being a fallen wing and everything, I
분명
doubt your
끝이 좋지
employment
않았을
ended
텐데요.
on pleasant terms.
무슨 소리야?
What are you on
날개도
about?
보고
Any
좀만
point in your
함께라면
life can be
뭐든
pleasant as long as
유쾌하게
you've
된다고.
money to spend. I've heard those places are just still teeming with monsters to this day.
괴물이 아니라 환상체요.
Not monsters,
어쨌든
abnormalities. The rumors are true either
하지만 더
way,
중요한 것들이
but there are
있죠.
more important
지구
matters.
가장 깊숙한
In the
곳에
deepest branches of these branches are
엘사의
neoplastic
기술의 핵심
plant-like
정수가
growths
존재해요.
holding the essence of L Corp's technology. Now this is interesting because we know the Lobotomy Corporation, we didn't see every single abnormality. There's 2 reasons for that. One, Library of Runia showing us that there were other types of abnormalities, such as I can't remember what the hell the vampire was called. In addition, there's also Wonder Lab, the Wonder Lab online comic, which goes through Nosferatu. Thank you. There's also the Wonder Lab comic that goes through the process of showing us that abnormalities also have, like, alternate versions. So, there was, like, a blue version, or there was a blue version of Little Red Riding Hood. Aberrations. Yes, the aberrations. So it'll be interesting to see how many aberrations of abnormalities we fight and how many brand new abnormalities we're going to be fighting in the future. Dante, if you remember, I believe I offered to let you finish engraving your aspect a few days ago. With the essence, those golden bowls in our hands, it'll be as easy as pie. The word aspect still makes my head ache. What was I trying to do?
억지로 떠올리려고 할 필요는
There's no
없습니다.
need to rouse your brain trying to remember what you can't. It'll all come back in due time. I returned a slow nod to Faust's placid advice. Alright, for now I should focus on what I currently know and see. And if it's lobotomy corp we're scouring, we might find some ecophanolin too. Oh, does that mean we don't have to feed people to our machine, to our vehicle?
거기다가
We could
운이
also
좋으면
grab some
7개까지
ego
얻을
if we're
테니.
lucky. So that's
일석삼조네요.
3 rats with 1 stone. Ego? That's another unknown term that makes my head tilt. But in any case, it seems rather rude to keep talking to each other than when we had a guest on board. And someone seemed to agree.
유리 씨는 무슨 일
So,
남았나?
Miss Yuri, what have you been up to since the layoff? Grigor gave his best shot at making some conversation with a well-meaning smile to put the newest passenger at ease. His brows seemed to twitch due to a lack of practice, but it's no big deal. It appears to me that thou art an honourable fixer. It is said that all fixers exude the noble scent of heroes. I love you, Don. As Yuri was nodding lightly, I heard Ishmael let out a deep sigh. I don't know who gave you that idea, but fixers are anything but noble or heroic. The only scent you smell is the miserable stink of wage slaves.
금세 다른 밥벌이를 찾는 게
It
쉽지
couldn't have
않았을
been
텐데.
easy to find another job so soon. Good that you're holding up.
아직은
For now,
계약직이에요.
I'm just a contract worker.
아하.
Aha!
다시
That
일찍으로
explains why you
기어들어온
decided to
이유도
crawl
그거였군요.
on back there.
예전 직장으로 돌아가서
Did they promise to
크게
promote you
한탕이라도
to
치면
team leader or something if
팀장자리라도
you struck
쓰겠대요?
gold in your former workplace?
실적을 세우면
My contracts might
계약
get
기간은
extended if I
늘어날지도
return with results.
그렇지.
Right.
보통 계약직
A good
시절은
result is
실적 안에
something to
목숨을
risk
걸어야
your
되니까.
life for if you want to earn a permanent spot.
그거
Ha!
참
And what a
부질없는
futile life
말씀이에요.
that is. Hey, what's with that sarcasm? Is something a problem?
글쎄요.
I don't know.
처음부터
I have a problem with
끝까지
every single thing I'm
마음에
hearing
안
right
드는
now.
거 천지라.
Seemingly unaffected by the abrasive attitude, Yuri quietly took an empty seat. Looking back and forth between the two, Grigor returned to his seat as well, scratching his head. I like Grigor. Grigor's seems like a genuinely decent guy. He seems like a decent guy. I can't seem to get used to being around these people. It will be beneficial for you to adapt to them sooner than later, Dante. Charon, time to go. Our guest has taken her seat. Mephie's tum revived. Charon's raring to drive. Mephie's tum revived. Charon's raring to drive. Jesus, I love that. I love Charon. Charon's amazing. Alright, next we get to another ordinary fight. So, what do we got? Go.
다음은
날 뛰어보라고. 씹는 맛이 있는데?
따라와 주세요.
씹는 맛이 있는데?
Oh, you look a bit different. Who the hell are you? Head hooligan. Ooh.
따라와 주세요.
Begin the fight.
처리했어.
다음 침묵을 안겨드리죠.
지켜냈어.
Goodbye, head hooligan. That did not take long. Match the pretty colors. Match the pretty colors.
따라와 주세요.
처리했어.
날 뛰어보라고.
손쉽구만.
Let's continue on. Difficulty level 3. Our guest was a fixer named Yuri, a former employee of Lobotomy Corporation. Seeing as she showed an indifferent response to the bust devouring bodies, she must have gone through a lot herself. But then she grows nervous as she checks the map and looks at the driver's seat. Ooh. Alright, so what is this support unit then? So it lets me choose egos you have rather than myself. That is cool. That is cool. I'm not sure if I'll do that because it means I don't level up. So I recommend my Ishmael, as I said. What is it? Blue and purple. What am I currently using? Orange and purple. Honestly, yeah, blue and purple makes more sense for what I'm currently doing, so screw it, why not? Let's give it a go.
저 근데
Sorry to ask,
지도는 제게 있는데요.
but if I have
길은
the
어떻게
map,
알고 가는
how
건가요?
do you know what roads to take? Answerless, the bus keeps speeding anyway.
그건 말이지.
We do have something to lead us.
감이지.
Intuition.
카룬의 감.
Charon's intuition. What's with the music? What's with the music?
네?
What?
분홍머리. 카룬 앞을 이상한 종이로 막는 이유가 뭐야?
Look at this image right here. Pinky hair, explain why you keep rubbing that odd paper in Charon's face. Because you keep going in weird directions. Look, take a look at this map. Our destination is to the southeast of here. Charon reluctantly gives the map a curious glance, as she couldn't ignore the thing right in front of her eyes.
마음이 향하는 곳. 그곳에
Follow
진짜
the
길이
heart.
있을지.
That is where the true path lies.
벌써 우리는 모두
Here! We must all follow as our hearts lead!
그냥 지도 보는 법도 모르는
You're just
길을
admitting that you
거잖아요.
can't read a map.
제가 하고 싶은
You
말을
took the
대신해
words
주실
right
줄이야.
out of my mouth. Yuri and Ishmael put a palm over their respective faces at the same time, almost like they were in sync.
우리 기사님.
Oh,
친구라도
did our
생각하나
driver
봐?
make a new friend?
분홍머리가 계속 제잘거려.
Pinky keeps on
난
babbling.
길을
I know
알고
the
있단
way.
말이야. 아니 그러니까 방향이
No,
잘못-
I mean, you're going the wrong direction.
앞에
Look ahead, more obstacles. Do I voom voom?
할까?
Do I voom voom?
아니 카론.
No, Charon. Wait one second.
어이, 버스가 근사해.
Looky here! Nice bus you got here there! Why don't you give me a ride?
팰레스의 후식 시간.
I guess Mephistopheles could use a helping of dessert. Get on down. It needs to be fed just a bit more. This is madness. This is madness. Good God, Limbus Corp, what are you doing with your... Whatever. Alright, whatever. Let's see NG's Ishmael in action, shall we? Go.
간다.
Kill, murder, all this. I'm not even paying attention to what I need to do. Right. Wow, you've got a lot of HP. I mean, I know you're level 10 compared to the rest because I'm cheating and using a friends, but still.
좋아. 간다.
날 뛰어보라고.
정신이 터졌군요.
지켜냈어.
This is actually so cool the way it does this.
좋아, 간다.
Throw your spear! Get that whale!
아직 살아.
Kill the whale! Whack. We had to overkill. We had to overkill. There is no question. If you can kill, you always overkill. Ah, you don't gain XP like that. Did my Ishmael gain XP then? There we go, I claim a roll. Ooh, I can do a 10 roll! I have enough lunacy to do a 10 roll, everyone! Shall we do a little bit of extracting and see what kind of goodies are going to be heading our way, everyone? Is it something we want to see for a quick moment while I can? I do have this option, after all. Always, yes, sir. Oh, then come on, then. It's time for gotcha, 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 gotcha. Give me ego. Gotcha, 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 gotcha. I'm never gonna get another ego for the entire life I play this game now, am I? I'm never gonna get another ego for as long as I live. I've had all my egos. I got an ego on my third 10 roll, and I'm never gonna get another ego again. Well, everyone, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Be sure to subscribe too in order to see more. We've got plenty coming. And if you ever want to watch me play this game live, be sure to join my Twitch channel link in the description down below, along with a link to our Discord channel where you will be able to see notifications of when I go live. But everyone, I'm afraid that until the next time, it looks like it's time for me to bid thee all farewell, good day, and finally, good night.